Musk, Bezos agree, we need more people. Carrying his young son on stage to illustrate his point, Elon Musk on Saturday urged the people of industrialized nations to have more children. Immigration alone can't counteract the population declines that Musk said threaten economics. Without demographic changes, he said, the culture of Italy, Japan, and France will disappear. The Tesla, SpaceX, and X-boss made the comments at a political festival in Rome hosted by Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni and her right-wing party, Euronews reports. My advice to all government leaders and people is, make sure you have children to create a new generation, Musk said. Jeff Bezos seems to agree. In an interview Thursday, he said a population of 1 trillion would be about right. Such a number wouldn't fit on Earth, of course, so he proposes many of them live in giant, cylindrical space stations, per MarketWatch. If we had 1 trillion humans, we would have, at any given time, 1,000 Mozarts and 1,000 Einsteins, the Amazon founder told Lex Fridman on his podcast. He didn't address the possibility that, presumably, we'd also have 1,000 John Wayne Gacy's. Bezos did say that people in space colonies close to Earth would still be able to visit their planet of origin for vacations, the same way that you might go to Yellowstone National Park. The two billionaires differ on at least a few issues. Musk prefers to colonize Mars and has joined calls to suspend AI development until the technology's risks are better understood. Bezos conceded in his interview that artificial intelligence could be incredibly destructive. Or the opposite, he said. These powerful tools are much more likely to help us and save us, even, than they are to, on balance, hurt us and destroy us, Bezos said, per MarketWatch.
A white ethno-state is a proposed type of state in which residence or citizenship would be limited to whites, and non-whites and any other groups not seen as white would be excluded from citizenship. Within the Anglosphere, the natives of their respective countries would also be excluded from citizenship, such as the indigenous people of the United States, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. In the United States, proposals for the establishment of such a state are advanced by white supremacist and white separatist factions, such as Ku Klux Klansmen and neo-Nazis. Some of these factions claim that a certain part of the country should have a white majority, and other factions claim that the entire country should have a white majority. Most white ethno-state movements envision a state which will be solely inhabited by white Anglo-Saxon Protestants and/or people who are of Northern European descent. Historical attempts to establish a white ethno-state include apartheid-era South Africa, where the black population was pushed into areas which were known as Bantustans through various means, including deportations and racial segregation, with the aim of establishing separate states out of the resulting ethnically cleansed areas, the largest of which would be turned into a white state.
Here is your latest Africa news. The world marks World Population Day today, but many in the West issued dire warnings that by 2050, the population could rise to 9.7 billion. According to these experts, the high fertility rates in Africa will be the cause behind this population surge. Africa's rising population is a growing concern for many in the West, as the continent is expected to roughly double its population by 2050, adding 1.2 billion humans to its current population of 1.4 billion humans. The main driver of population growth in Africa is high fertility rates, which is driven by multiple factors, including high desired family size, better development in the regions, an ever-improving healthcare system, and ever-growing economies. These latest statistics seem to greatly trigger many in the West who are experiencing a huge population collapse. This has led some Western policymakers to go full racist and even call for an outright culling of Africans. Just recently, the newly elected Finnish government was plunged into scandal after one of its key minister, Vilhelm Junnila, was forced to resign after it emerged he had called for Finland to support abortions in Africa to combat the climate crisis. Junnila, who was the economic affairs minister at the time, was one of 19 cabinet members who wrote at the time that it would be justified for Finland to shoulder its responsibility by promoting climate abortion, which he claimed would be a great leap forward for humanity. Several African countries have been for decades receiving funding from intergovernmental organizations, NGOs, and philanthropic billionaires to adopt national population policies aimed at reducing population growth in their countries. These policies aim to lower fertility rates and improve access to family planning services. Michael Herman, the economic advisor with United Nations Population Fund, warned, "A growing population, of course, poses a challenge in some areas. Many countries have set forth very ambitious development goals. They have decided to meet the needs of people in terms of education, healthcare, housing, food, water, energy, and security. They want to create full employment for the people, and a growing population can raise the stakes in these efforts. It makes it harder to achieve these objectives, to achieve social progress, and also it might come with growing pressures on the environment." End of quote. So as the world marks World Population Day today, it is clear that the world has its eyes set on Africa's ever-growing population. Let us know in the comments below if you found this video informative. Please show your support by liking and sharing this video for the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to receive updates on our latest videos. And always remember, Africa is watching.